Hi, welcome to the Rural Project. In today's video I'm going to be clearing some steps and paths that haven't seen the light of day for years, so join me and watch them be unveiled. So in today's video I'm working in the area that was below where the house used to be. As you can see here, this whole area was totally overgrown. There was on this steep section here leading up to the pool, there was a temporary fence that was in place, a wire mesh fence. All the plants on either side of that were absolutely overgrown and growing all the way through the fence. So one of the first tasks we did was take all of that fencing down, and got in there with the brush cutter and cut as much of that overgrowth down as I could do, pulling it all into piles which were later sort of taken away from this area and put into a burn pile for burning in the future. I also had to tackle some of the retaining walls in this area and just do some repairs to those retaining walls. Some of them have been burnt and damaged. In other areas there were simply retaining walls missing which really needed to be there. So using some sleepers that I had, I put in these sections of retaining wall just to stop all of this soil and dirt falling down the hill. As you can see, there's a huge improvement here as we brush cut this whole area, taking all the plants down to a small size. Once I'd worked my way through this section, I moved over to the right as you look at these pictures. What you can see here is a retaining wall which is well and truly hidden by overgrown ivy and plants which have fallen down or grown down from the top of the retaining wall. So I set about removing all these plants, cutting them back using the brush cutter and a variety of hand tools. Also worked my way through the steps that you can see here, sort of cutting back all the plants that had grown over these steps in the years. All of the plants were basically dragged off out the way and put into piles, and again moved into a burn pile for future burning. As you'll see on this video just coming up, the steps were in quite good condition. However, there would be a bit of work required on them in the future, where some of the boards had rotted and some of the bricks had actually sunk. So stage one of the reveal was cutting all the plants back, and stage two was getting the backpack blower and blowing all the small debris out of the way, and that allowed all the path and everything to become really clear as to what I actually had here. And once I'd finished, as you'll see, the whole area looked a lot clearer, much easier to see the paths and also see what work needed to be done with some of the timbers. So once I'd finished that, I then moved over to the right of the steps and did a similar operation there, as you can see, cutting all the plants down and removing all the undergrowth, taking it off into an area for burning in the future. The next area I needed to tackle was at the top of the stairs. So this was an area sort of filled with a lot of ivy, a lot of overgrown bushes, and also some really long grass. So it was time to get out the brush cutter and work my way through all of this. Once the brush cutting had finished, it was time to get the backpack blower out and work my way through this area and move all the stuff that I'd brush cut, move it out into a clear area and do a bit of a reveal on the block paving. As you can see in this image, the pile of brush that I'd actually cut and removed was pretty huge, and that was set up for a fire in the future. As you can see here, there's a huge difference in the before and after photos. All the excess grass and brush is all cleared out the way, and the paths are now clear, and you can see the brickwork underneath. So now that section is complete, it's time to work on the next set of steps. Basically the process is repeated. In there with the brush cutter, clearing out all the excess grass and brush and ivy, and then bringing in the backpack blower to clear all the paths so I can actually see exactly what I've got. And at the end of the brush cutting, this is what I'm left with. And it's now time to bring in the backpack blower and clear the paths of all the rubbish that's left. And obviously what you can see here is this whole area now really starting to open up. So hopefully you've enjoyed watching this video. If you have, please click like and subscribe, and share it with your friends, and put any comments you've got in the comment section below, and tune in for the next video.